Guys, we're moving into our Raid Shadow Legends sponsored stream. It's 12:46 right now. So we're going to continue for a couple hours looking at Raid Shadow Legends, and then I'll probably have a little bit of time to come back and get to warships. I see Valiant, you have used to cover my replay. When we come back to warships, if we're going to do replay analysis, we can absolutely do that for you, okay? I can give you a refund if you'd rather. You tell me what you want to do, Valiant. It's not a big deal. But I won't accept it until I've done it or refunded you. One of the two. Um, so when Raid was, came to me when they offered to do the sponsorship, I was really excited because I did this a long time ago. I know for a lot of people, Raid Shadow Legends was a meme, right? Everybody, okay, yeah, I'll DM you if we're gonna get to your replay. If not, I'll cancel it, okay? I know a lot of people laughed at it because, oh my god, haha, it's Raid, it's stupid, it's silly. But I'll tell you, it grabbed my attention, and I've been playing this game ever since, with a short break in between because I just got overwhelmed with everything. There's a lot in this game. And guys, I've barely spent any money whatsoever playing this game. So, I believe in this game, which is why I'm here and I'm happy to do it, and I'm happy to show it off to you guys. This is my personal account. And if you guys have questions, please ask. If there's areas you'd like me to show you, ask away. I'd be very happy to do so. I've purposely left a few things open so that I can show it to you. A few things I stupidly forgot to leave open, so that's on me. But yeah, it's good stuff. So let's get into it. The first thing that you'll notice is that there's a lot of red dots, and of course those red dots you gotta go click on them, and it just could be overwhelming. To me, the first red dot I'm gonna click is my Guardian Ring, because I've got a champion here. This is Painkeeper that I need to upgrade. This is like a spot where your champions just automatically train over time and level up. And what's good for this, I need to turn the volume down on the music, I think, a little bit. There we go, that's better. So the thing is about this is, I typically use this to level up champions like Razovark. He was a recent fusion. I'll just let him sit there and level up over the course of, I don't know, a few weeks. I don't care. I'm not in a hurry to level him up. These guys here are what we call food champions. These are champions that I'm literally just going to feed in order to level up other champions, like this guy. So oftentimes I'll use the sparring pit as a way to do that. When I first started playing, this was all that they had in here, and then I came back and they added a heck of a lot of new content in this area. So let's go explore it a little bit more and talk about this. And remember, guys, for you can do this too. All you gotta do is click the link. I'm gonna put it in chat again. You just click that link there, okay? Get through the tutorial, and you can play around a little bit. There is a special promotional code you can use called Firestarter. You'll get some more silver, which is very handy for new players. You get some XP brews, which will help with leveling up characters, and then finally you get another epic champion, which is awesome. So do consider helping me out if you would like there. All you gotta do, like I said, download the game, play through the tutorial. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's a pretty lightweight application. My computer, I run this on all sorts of different computers in my house, and doesn't have a problem running the game, which is kind of cool to see. I also run it on my phone. So the nice thing is, if I'm away, like if I'm out traveling places, I was in Egypt over the summer playing Raid on my phone while we were on the bus going from one place to another, for example. Hashtag addicted. So anyways, the Guardian Ring. Yes, exactly, Driftin. Right, it goes cross-platform on phone and tablet, exactly. So that's what I like about games like this, because you can pick it up, you can have it on your computer, and then you can just switch it to your phone and continue playing, and then you can go back to your computer. So it's to me, it's very handy to be able to do all that kind of stuff. I really do like that Raid has that. I had the distinct pleasure of meeting them at TwitchCon, and they were some really nice people. Let me tell you, they were some very nice people. They even let me stream Raid from their booth. They have a booth at TwitchCon with a computer set up and everything. Talk about trust. You're letting this person you don't know just log in with their account and play. That's pretty awesome. You know, I had a real serious geek out moment on that. So, anyways, I've got Faction Guardians. Now, this is something, I'll run Stream Raiders off stream. This is something that was added when I took my break. But basically, this gives you a reason to want to keep duplicates of champions. Because duplicates of champions... Hey, Cash, thank you for the follow. Duplicates of champions give you certain bonuses. For rares, all rares in Bannerlord factions get 10% HP, 10% attack, 7 accuracy, 7 resistance, 10% defense, and 3 speed once you fill that up with duplicates. Epics, same thing. Epics get bonuses as well for all epics within that faction. This is, in my opinion, really cool. Because what they're doing is they're giving you opportunities to buff all of your champions of that faction just for drawing these champions and holding on to them. Now, you'll note that I don't have a lot of duplicates for legendaries. Why? Because I don't spend in this game, and because I don't spend, I don't have a lot of legendaries. There's a couple cases where I do have duplicate legendaries. For example, Sacred Order. I've got 3 duplicates, so boom, you know? But I always keep my duplicates just in case I'm needed. And you can see there's a new faction that's been added to Raid. This was actually about 5 or 6 months ago, the Sylvan Watchers. And I don't have any duplicates of rares. I've got my duplicate of my epic there. I got lucky enough to get a duplicate Oella. So now I've got 2 of Oella. So right now that faction is kind of weak. But over time, they will grow in capability, which is kind of fun. I've never empowered champions. This is something else that you can do. You can take this guy, and then you can you know, put Archbishop in 3 in here, and then boom, he gets empowered. That helps his regular stats. I don't do that though. I'd rather hold my duplicates for the Faction Guardians. You can unbind champions to get life tokens. If you unbind champions to get life tokens, what you can do then is go to the token trader, and then with enough tokens, you can buy one of these. Of which Tomb Lord is pretty broken OP right now. Sir Nicholas is always a fun dude. This is like based on Santa. So he's kind of fun. So that is the Guardian Ring. There's something else that they've added to the game recently. That's the Altar of Souls. Ooh. And the Altar of Souls, you have the ability to bless champions. And you ascend them, basically. So what you do is here, you can summon champions using these different stones. They're kind of like shards when you summon actual champions. And then once you have them, you go and you awaken them. For example, I have a 1-star soul for Skull Crown. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bless Skull Crown. And I'm going to make her stronger. So now I can go to the blessing section for Skull Crown. So I go to champions, skills, blessings. And there's a whole host of skills, or blessings, I should say, that now I can use on my newly ascended champion. Note that there are some that are for legendaries, but this is an epic champion, so I can't use those. I'm going to go ahead and put Cruelty on, because Cruelty is probably the best for Skull Crown. Cruelty decreases target defenses by 1% per hit, up to 10% less decreased defense for champions, 5% for bosses. This comes in very handy. Another option I could do is Crushing Rend, and then Her hits will ignore a percentage of champion's defense. Actually, I'm not sure which one I want to use on this one. Oh, we finished Stream Raiders. Let me tab out and do that real quick. So Ascension is kind of a neat way of saying, we're going to take the champions you have, and then we're going to give you ways to make them even stronger. It is by no means necessary in this game, except for maybe a couple key areas. We'll talk about that soon. But you don't need to do it, right? If you enjoy the game, you can obviously spend some money in order to get things and to get more of those shards and stuff like that, and get those blessings. But you don't have to. You know what? I think I'll go for Crushing Rend. I'm gonna go with Crushing Rend because I like the idea of ignoring target's defense. So each round, I'll ignore a percentage of target's defense, 1% for every 50 levels. So it's very similar to Cruelty here, except this is more of a direct thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the blessing on. Now, Skull Crown is even beastier than she was before. Guys, it took me a year and a half before I finally pulled Skull Crown and Epic. Why? Because she's a void. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So that's the awakening system. And you can see you've got a collection of souls. These are all of the souls that I have pulled. A number of them are for legendary champions. I never get rid of my legendary souls, although I can probably get rid of this since it's a duplicate. But my idea here is I want to keep those in case I ever pull those particular legendaries. And then I also do the same thing for the epics. I don't really care about it for the rares, you know, they don't matter so much. So in the Mystic Market, this is what you do. You gain these currencies, and then you spend these currencies. That's the idea behind it. And I'm going to do something just for all of you that I haven't done before. I'm going to go ahead and buy one of those. And I'm gonna open that up in front of you guys. All right. So let's buy the Eternal Soulstone. It requires 1,000 of these. These are really hard to get, but I've gotten a bunch of them. I've collected a bunch of them. Yes, there are a handful of rares that are very strong, Driftin. I agree. Those I already have blessed, and then other ones, you know, most of them are for food champions, so I get rid of them. So let's go ahead and buy an Eternal Soulstone. And then with the Soul Merchant, by the way, you can use the Mystic Market to get Eternal Essences or Immortal Soul Essences. And that allows you to buy enough, you get enough of those, you can then buy these various souls, which I don't really need right now, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to worry about them. But you can absolutely do that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm going to get with this. This will give me a 5 or a 6-star soul, perfect soul, either epic or legendary. So I'm hoping for something really good. Let's find out what happens. It's an epic, and it's for Kitus, and it's a 5-star. So basically the worst amount RNG-wise and the lowest rarity, but whatever. It's Kitus. Now, I do have Kitus, so I could build Kitus now, and I could, you know, throw a 5 or 6-star on him, and really make a lot happen out of that. He's got... there are some goodies involved with that. Let me just show you what the blessing systems here. When you get to 5 or 6 star, usually there's a really big buff or benefit from that. So it's kind of fun to watch. You will be able, it'll completely transform the champion. For example, I've got a 6-star soul on Seal of the Drakes, who is a free champion. You get her automatically just logging into the game. and she's a fantastic champion. I still use her to this day. So I drew that, and I'm like, hell yeah, brother, because look at this. I get extra HP, extra accuracy, extra speed, all of which Syl wants, right? But then also, I will place a guaranteed and protected smite debuff. That means that debuff is there. It's something that harms the enemy player, the enemy character, and it's protected, meaning it cannot be cleansed off of them, can't be cleared away. So that's kind of fun. I feel like I've been talking for a while, so let's get into some content. Let's go ahead and get into some content. And I've saved for you guys one area that I want to showcase, and that is going to be the arena. Unfortunately, we just missed live arena. It's closed, so I can't show you guys much of this. This is just a brand new part of the game. If you're a new player, you can't get to it just yet, but patience, you'll get there eventually. Once again, here's the link in chat. You can check it out for yourself, download the game, all that good stuff. Look at that, we're at 9. Our goal is 75. We're at 9 already. Thank you guys for helping. Appreciate it very much. So there's classic arena, and then there's tag team arena. You've got tokens here that go with them, and they will refresh over time. The classic tokens are every hour, and then the tag team tokens are every reset. You'll get 10 of these every reset. These you get 1 every hour. Energy you get 1 every 3 minutes. So this game can very well be a game of, you know, juggling your different stuff. So let's go into the arena. I just went ahead and redeemed 5 tokens. I'm in classic arena level 5. The highest is platinum. It's pretty much impossible to get in platinum and stay in platinum, but you can hang out in 5, and 5 gives you like 22% bonus to your HP, your defense, and your attack. It's free stuff, so why not use it? This game is very heavy on PvE, although there are some PvP elements. Live Arena is the most PvP. Classic Arena was the most PvP before that. And Tag Team is PvP as well. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just do this battle against Arbiter. The team I built is very simple. I'll explain it to you guys, and then we'll watch it kind of in slow motion here. It's set for basically you build up, you nuke, and then you set yourself to protect yourself in case the enemy gets a turn off. Alright, so right now I'm up against a single Arbiter. The bottom bar here is your turn timer, and the top bar is your hit points. Okay, so the top bar, it tells you basically how healthy they are. Everybody is fully healthy right now. The bottom being when are they going to get their turn. So if you look at this, Arbiter gets the next turn. Their team, their player. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Mentor of Heroes that places extra increased attack on our allies, and it's going to fill the turn meters by 30%. It also has a heal built in, but that's only impactful if they're under 50% hit points. So watch what happens when I do this. Now all of a sudden, I've got all 3 of my other champions at full turn meter. So I'm going to now take Cardial. I'm going to use Angel Song. Angel Song is a cleanse. It removes all debuffs and then places a block debuffs buff and a revive on death buff on your champion. The revive on death cannot be removed. It's protected. So this is insurance. This is insurance in case my team takes a hit from the enemy. I want to make sure that they will all come back from the dead, essentially, okay? Now I'm moving into Helicath. Helicath was a free champion that you get from a fusion that they did before a fusion event. And I'm going to go ahead and put Devoted Servants on. Now this puts a block damage buff on all allies. Again, insurance. If the enemy team gets a turn, my guys will not take any damage. And then when that block damage buff expires or is removed or it's stolen, it gets a 60% increased defense buff on that ally instead. So it's a really good opening skill. You can see she just got a turn off, She decreased almost everybody's buffs by 1 turn. That's what Arbiter can do. It's one of her skills. And now we're going to go into my nuke. This is Foley. He's my nuker. He's a legendary champion. I was very fortunate to pull a while ago. Attacks all enemies, decreases their tier meter by 15%, then attacks the targeted enemy. So it's a 2 attack on one enemy. It's an AoE attack on the other 3. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. Now, do you notice I've got a revive on death? If Foley kills somebody with revive on death, they don't come back. So you have to be careful with that revive on death. It doesn't mean that you are invincible. That's why I like to have the block damage as well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use that skill. Foley is going to go bam. And just like that, we got our win. Now, there are certainly teams that are more difficult to play against. But at this point in this mode, it's all about grinding. You're grinding medals. You're using gold medals for your Great Hall. I'll show you guys in just a moment. Now you can go ×2 on this if you want to. This is a level 40, so I'm just going to go and whack him with my sword and be done with it. Now I'm going to refresh. You get a free refresh every 15 minutes. So a lot of this is just, who do I see? Who can I hit? Oh, okay, these guys. These guys are easy defense. Most of the time, people in Gold 5, all they are doing is trying to farm. Here's that skill that was used against me a minute ago, Enforced Humility. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then let me show you one of the skills, one of my favorite skills. This is Heavenly Host, increased crit rate, increased crit damage, and then ally attack on everybody. And decreases the cooldown if an enemy is killed from this attack. So watch this. Everybody buff, and then everybody die. Or at least the one target. So that's kind of fun. And then we'll just go ahead and get the kill in here with Helicath, whatever. You know, I just realized I forgot to turn the sound effects up. I usually play with the sound effects off because they get kind of annoying after a while. But I'll go ahead and put them up for you. We'll see how it works. And it wouldn't be a raid stream if we didn't get into the spirit with raid music. So I'm going to go ahead and mute that music for a little bit. We'll bring a little bit of raid background music into this. Just for a little bit, guys. And you let me know if you're getting kind of tired of it, because it does get repetitive for a while. But in any case, let's go ahead and go into the arena. We're going to go into the other part of PvP. This is Tag Team Arena. A very similar thing applies here. You don't necessarily want to go and fight off against the best of the best teams. You want to look for easy pickings. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. These are my 3 teams. This is a defense-based team. This is a speed, and this is a speed team. Get the first turn, kill them all before they do anything. I'm going to turn off Start on Auto so that we can talk through how each of my teams are built. This is Ultimate Death Knight, who was a login champion. Everybody got him automatically just by logging in. This is Mighty Uko, who is a fusion champion. You got it for free if you just put the time and effort and resources into grinding this champion out. You got Helicath. This, again, I just mentioned that before, is a fusion champion. And you have over here Mithrala. Mithrala you earn by defeating the Hydra enough times. That's a clan boss. Now, why am I highlighting this for a second? All 4 of these champions you see in front of you were free. 100% free. You didn't have to spend any money to get them. I'll repeat that. These were all free champions. That's one thing I love about this. Much like World of Warships has free ships that you can earn, like with the Dockyard, although technically you have to spend doubloons for that now. They have other events sometimes as well, like the Brisbane event, although you might have to spend money for that too, I don't remember. But there are times when Warships gives you, free ships. The difference is, in Raid, the free stuff really can matter. And so I've got Mithrala going first. She's going to start off by putting a Hex. Yeah, if you grinded your butt off, you could get Brisbane for free. Thank you. So she puts out the Hex debuff. It means if she does an attack, if the enemy does an attack on my team, there's a chance that that person gets petrified, turned to stone. I'm going to go ahead and now use Mighty Uko. Uko's Fury. That's going to put a decreased accuracy, so it's harder for that character, that champion, to land a debuff. Block debuff, or block buffs, I should say. So if anybody on the team, now there's nobody else, but if anybody else on the team wanted to buff her, say increased defense, increased attack, block damage, it doesn't hit. It doesn't work because of the block buffs. This is Brimstone. That's one of the Ascension things. That means that if she does something special, a literal meteor will come down from the earth and smack her in the face. This is Provoke, means that she is locked into attacking whoever provoked her, that was Uko, in her next turn. So she will literally just attack. She won't use any of her other skills. Alright, let's go ahead and put the shields up. There's the attack. And she got petrified. She has now been turned to stone. When she is petrified, any buffs that she had on her go away, and she cannot get buffs again. I really like that. I think that's a lot of fun. Now, I can just go ahead and attack her because I might as well. Poisons are damage that she will take automatically at the start of her turn. One is 3 turns, another is for 2 turns. Uko is going to go ahead and put another hit in. This is decrease attack. Her turn just went. She was petrified, so she lost her turn. She's coming up again for another one. I'm going to go ahead and just go with my A1 attack and just whack whack. And now Ultimate Death Knight is going to come in and use his Rats Off to you. And he's going to get the kill. Next team. This is a speed team. These are all champions that I pulled. None of these were technically free champions that you can earn in the game. Although Cardio was a fusion if you played early enough. I did not play early enough. I just got very lucky to pull him. Foley, same thing, was a fusion champion. I wasn't playing at the time, but there are people that got him for free. Lucky them. These 2 champions here, this is a legendary. This is Prince Kaimar. Probably one of the best champions in the game, bar none. Like top tier, absolute top tier. And then, yeah, Drifting, you recognize Deacon over there. That's an epic. And he is a fantastic turn booster. A lot of people use Deacon. I did myself in my classic arena teams when I was working on grinding up my my stuff. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to start by putting Kaimar to sleep. There, Kaimar, we did. And now we're going to use the speed boost. So this turns all turn meters up by 15% and then decreases enemy turn meters by 15% and gives an extra turn. He's a fantastic cycler. And then we're going to go ahead and put this out. This is a decreased defense, so he takes more damage from hits. Unfortunately, I had him asleep, but because I hit him, he is now woken up from that sleep. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to just rush him with everybody. Here we go. And bye-bye. And final team. So our final team is Madame Saris, who is an epic Void. She's a tough champion to get. When you get her, though, she's fantastic. She's an amazing stripper, which means that she will strip buffs off of the enemy. Arbiter we've already looked at. Arbiter is, yes, very OP. Arbiter is also a free champion. You get her from doing a series of progression missions. And over here, this is Lydia the Death Siren. Lydia is another free champion. You have to win faction wars. I'll explain that in a little bit. And then Trunda is another one of those like top tier legendary champions. I was very lucky to pull her. Yes, Cookie, she's an amazing stripper. Yes, you heard me. Alright, so anyways, let's take a look here at what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and boost up our team with Arbiter. We saw that before. Now we're going to use Siren's Wail. Now this is going to do a decreased defense and a weaken debuff. Decreased defense drops their defense, which means that there's less damage mitigated. And then weaken means that they will take an additional amount of damage because that they've been weakened. So it's a twofer. It does 2 things to help them take damage. And it's going to place a 25% strengthened buff and a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Lydia is OP ASF. You have to grind the hell out of the game to get to her, but she is well worth it. Look at that. I just heard. Did you guys hear that laugh? I've actually never heard that before because I rarely play the game with sound effects on. Alright, so here we go. Here's the strip. With Madame Ceres, we are then going to go over to this skill. This is Midnight Ritual. Removes all buffs from enemies. Now, there's none on this enemy, but it places a decreased attack buff and a decreased defense buff. So if I did not land my decreased defense the first time, here's an additional attempt, an additional chance to land that decreased defense. Now we're going to go to Trunda. Trunda is amazing. She's got a fantastic nuke. Forge Rhythm, attacks all enemies, 70% chance of placing a stun debuff. Now, in order to place that debuff, her accuracy has to be higher than the enemy's resistance. Accuracy and resistance is to check. Am I higher than you? Okay, I can place it. I have a chance of placing it. If I'm lower than you, I still have a chance of placing it, but it's probably not going to happen, depending on how much of a difference it is. Places an HP burn for 2 turns on enemies under stun debuffs. Places an extra hit on enemies not under stun debuffs. You actually build her, the big brain for Trunda is you build her with low accuracy because she will not place a stun. She will hit twice. It's a little boom boom action. Here we go. Here's the boom boom. Boom boom. And he goes down. And there's our victory. Let me show you one more. Let me do this. Who's gonna buff the most? This one's gonna buff the most. All right, we're gonna keep this up here. We're gonna go through this. I want to show you a very top tier enemy champion. There's Deacon. Deacon got the first turn in, but we don't care because we're gonna go ahead and do that on him. Now you could put this on auto. The problem when you put it on auto is you're dependent on your team to do what the right thing. You know, in a situation like this, you'll be fine. But when you really need to focus, a lot of times you gotta play it manually. When you do auto, you have a chance of failure here. So I generally, if I know I'm gonna win, like easy peasy, I'm gonna go ahead and just go auto, and let it do its thing. Ta-da! Alright, now, here's the one I wanted to show you guys. This is Tormund the Cold. I don't have Tormund. I believe he was also a free champion early enough in the game, a fusion. He's a Void Legendary, which means he's very, very, very difficult to get. He has a passive. A passive means it happens automatically. He has a passive to where if somebody gets a buff, he will freeze them. And a freeze is a method of crowd control. It means that they lose their turn. Let's see. We're going to roll the dice. And what happened? A lot of things are happening here. Wow. So what happened was Madame Ceres got frozen from the passive. Alright? Now, because Madame Ceres got frozen, Lydia's passive fired off. Lydia's passive is to attack, is to do her A1 attack. That got a fear on Tormund, and that got a smite on Tormund. But then Tormund responded with another attack. So that was pretty wild. Tormund's got another fun passive where I'm going to go ahead and nuke him. Watch what happens. Boom, boom. I actually landed the stun. Interesting. He didn't die. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just go in. We're going to use... Here's Lydia's passive, by the way. She denies revive attempts. This works even if the champion is dead. If the champion is alive, when an enemy revive is denied, she revives all dead allies with 50% HP and turn meter. That screwed me a few times when I played against her. Grants an extra turn instead if there are no allies. If the champion is dead, when an enemy revive is denied, revives the champion with 50% HP and turn meter. It'll ignore block revive, which is so sexy. Here's the passive effect on her A1. Attacks enemy champions with a skill whenever they place a free, stun, fear, true fear, or petrification debuff on an ally. Number of attacks increases according to how many debuffs were placed. So there was one freeze, so she attacked. Wow. A lot going on. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and do Siren's Wail. Let's listen for that laughter. God, that's fun. All right, now, Torment has a passive to when he dies, he actually gets revived, but he gets revived in a frozen state, which means he loses a turn. But because I've got Lydia on this team, her passive is going to prevent the revive. Watch. He wants to revive, and she's like, nope, death hold. That's why Lydia is so powerful, guys, so powerful. Again, 15-minute timer for here. I'm out of tokens. I could spend some gems. Gems are like doubloons, guys. I could spend some gems and refill and then go to town again if I wanted to. I'm currently in silver league. I've only got 2-man defense because I actually want, believe it or not, to take some damage. And because I want to maintain my position here. I don't want to fall back, but I want to maintain my position. Sunday night is when they reset this. Now, why do you do Tag Arena? You do it for these gold bars, and then you buy things from the shop. There are some things that I will buy. Most of the things I will not. As you can see, I've bought what I'm planning on buying. All right, I've done a lot of talking. I'm gonna actually drop the background music again for a second because I need to play for you guys a video. But first, I gotta go to my shop and buy mystery shards. All right. There's a new event that's coming out in Raid, and I think it's really cool, and I want to share this with all of you guys. One of the things that I decided to do is get into lore. And get into the history and the background. I remember the first time I did a sponsored stream for Raid. I remember... Oh my god, we're at 10 now? Thank you guys. That's awesome. There's the link right there. You can download and play yourself as well. Try it out. Get through the tutorial. It's very easy. And it's a lot of fun. So anyways, they're going into this lore setup, guys. And we're going to watch this together here. And it's going to pull up... Okay, it pulled it up on YouTube, so give me a second here. I'm going to place this in my other... where is... there it is. I'm going to place this in my other browser window thing. And we're going to watch this together here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to... Yeah, we'll watch this one together. That's fine. Oh, time out. Before we get into this, chat, I'm going to challenge you. Every person you recognize, call it out. If you recognize these champions, call it out. I already recognize the 2 of them. Call it out. That's cool. What's really cool is I don't have all of these. I've got quite a bit. The Call of the Arbiter premieres next week on the 18th. Okay, so let's go back and let's take a look at these champions here. That's Jizzo. Jizzo is an epic that you can get for free just from logging in the game. Sadly, he's not the greatest champion out there. This is Kale. Guys, if you're going to play this and you're planning on keeping your account, Kale is the best starting champion. He's a rare, he's a quite OP starting champion. All the 4 starting champions are great, but he's by far the best. I made the mistake of going with Gallic because he's the face of Raid, so why wouldn't you? Did not work out so well. All right, that's his back, right? Yeah, all right. This is Elhain. Elhain is another starter champ. And she's the one that the dragon eats when you do the tutorial. Many of you guys have already met Elhain because of that. Who is that? That is a champion I have no... Is that Arbiter? That's got to be Arbiter. Looking at the boots, that's got to be Arbiter. There's Elhain again. Is that Supreme Elhain? That might be Supreme Elhain. They literally went back and redid all of those, the first one. What was... Jizzo. Jizzo. J-I-Z-O-H. I think that's Blind Seer. I don't have Blind Seer. Were there any champions on that painting? I didn't notice. None that I recognize. Okay, let's keep going. Sounds rude when you say it out loud? Alright. This is the most annoying champion in the game. I hate him, partly because I don't have him on my own account. This is Mortu Macabre. He is the final boss at the very end of the campaign, and he has a skill called Peril, where he will literally kill somebody and block revive. Like, he attacks them twice. If it kills them, they cannot be revived. Most annoying boss to fight. There's Elhain again. No, that was a good spot to pause it, huh? Good spot to pause it. That's a better one. Now, that's Dark Elhain because of these arrows. And that is probably one of the champions that I feed all the time. Yeah, I think it is. That's why I don't know his name. There's Jizzo again. Over here on the right, that is oh, the rare. What am I trying to think of here? It took me forever to get her, over a year before I finally got her, and by the time I had her, it didn't matter anymore, right? Like, I progressed far enough to where it didn't matter. Cold Heart, that's who it is. I can't see the right so well, but that's Kale again and Elhain again. There's Aethel. Aethel is the final. Aethel is the third of the 4 starter champions. In the background, I believe that is Gaelic, and they're fighting against the Spider, one of the main dungeon bosses. There's Elhain again. A lot of Elhain on this video. And I have no idea who the heck that is. That might be the new champion that they're bringing into the game. They're gonna have a new login champion, so that might be him that we're looking at there. Now, one thing that's kind of cool is if you share the episode, you watch the episode, you get a reward just for watching it. So we watched it, we get this. Now, if I go to share episode, I can go ahead and tweet this out, right? I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to tweet it out. And boom, now I can collect this stuff. That's kind of cool. This is something I think they can use to do for warships. I'm going to go ahead and collect it now. I don't know if it's going to go right to my... I don't know if it's going to just boost me immediately. It did. Does that boost my arena tokens? No, it didn't. Okay. It boosted my energy, so I need to go immediately into a dragon battle here and use up some of that energy. I was afraid it might do that. So this is the dragon, one of the dungeons. This is the hard mode of that dungeon. This is the hard mode of that dungeon. Which makes it very difficult to get into. Now let's talk about my champions here. On the left, the very far left, is Pythion. Pythion was a fusion champion. Free, everybody could get her. Get him. This dude here, the rat with the 3 tails. Look at that, 3 tails. He was also a free champion. It was another fusion you can get. I already talked to you about Mithrala being a free champion. I've got Kymar here. Kymar is really good for his skill cooldown ability. He will reset everybody's skill cooldowns, which means that they can go off right away. And then, of course, I've already talked to you guys about Lydia. So, Bunch of enemies up there. Usually when you have these kinds of dungeons, you've got waves. The waves are meant to be killed, but if you can't kill the waves, you probably can't win against the boss. And the idea is that as you get through as you fight the waves, it also puts your skills on various levels of cooldown, so when you fight the boss, there's some RNG involved in terms of can you beat the boss or not. To make it a full 100% always win requires the right champions, the right skills, the right timings, the right speed, the right build for hit points, defense, attack, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot involved in this game, guys. A lot involved in this game. All right, there's our final boss, the dragon. I can't remember the name of him, but he's even deadlier than before, like the standard dragon. This is the dragon that you face in the tutorial, and he is an extra difficult boss to beat because this is hard mode. They just recently released hard mode, so if you've been playing Raid and you took a break, good time to come back in. You saw the skill cooldown right there. Now the rat is really good at placing bombs. I'm going to slow this down a bit here so you guys can see everything that's happening as it's happening. The rat places bombs, and then the bombs, when they explode, turn into poisons. So he's a fantastic damage-dealing champion. You can see the decreased defense and weaken coming out. You can see that's an A1 attack. This is a poison sensitivity, which means that the dragon takes more damage from the poisons. He goes down and didn't land a poison, but could have. The dragon put some poisons on Kymar. Those will probably be cleansed off from Python soon.tm or from Mithrala. We'll find out soon. Dragon, takes everybody down. Now this is when things aren't looking good for this team. But Python comes right in and revives everyone. Boom! Now we're back from the dead. This team has never lost on Dragon 10 Hard. It's come very close to it a couple times where I looked at it and I'm like, oh hell, we are screwed. But, nope, we did okay. Boom! You saw the bombs just explode there. There's some more bombs exploding. He takes, the dragon takes some poison damage. There's the smite. Did you see that coming down? That was the meteor from smite. Smite is so cool. Just does automatic damage. There's the cooldowns again. The cooldown reset for everybody. What is so fun about this game is there are so many champions in it that the chances of you pulling the exact same champion are just like infinitesimally small. It also means you're not going to have all the champions out there. In fact, that's not the point of this game. You will never have all the champions out there. Alright, so if you're the kind of person that's looking at this and says, I want to collect them all like Pokemon style, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed because you're never going to get them all. I don't even have them all. Let me show you guys the champion index. Oops, wrong button. Here's the index. Here's all the champions that I have collected. Right? So if I go to Sacred Order, for example, look at this. I've got a bunch I'm missing. Right? I even have some epics I'm missing. I've never picked up Giuliani yet, or Romero, or Cardinal, or Godseeker. God. This is another champion that I missed because I didn't play. Very frustrating. So there's tons in there. Oh, and I should highlight for you guys the Sylvan Watchers faction. They just got added. Not a lot of rares added for Sylvan Watchers. But let's see. Yeah, all three of these were fusions. So that's the reason why I don't have that many rares either. I should probably should hold this one. I should hold these so I can start building up my faction guardians. Although what do I care? I'm probably not going to use them anyway. And then we go over to here. We got our epics. I've got a bunch of the epics. Some of them are really good. Some of them I probably don't know enough about just yet, and then you can see the legendary. So plenty of champions being added. These are like wood elves. And, you know, one of the things that Raid does a really nice job with is the artwork. Just like we say in World of Warships, the art department is carrying the game. The art department carries in this game too. They really do. They really do. There's a, you know, whatever. I was gonna say something, I'm probably not gonna bother. Tell you what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna go ahead and play a video for you guys. I've got a few videos ready for you that I wanted to share. I just have to find it now. This might be
from time immemorial. None have escaped the torment of war. But hidden deep in the world, there is a cure.
Sorry if that was really loud, guys. I didn't mean for it to be. I was trying to get to the volume. Oh! That's cool. Alright, I'm going to play it again. Because there's some champions in here I want to highlight that I'm excited to see.
From time immemorial, none have escaped the torment of war. But hidden deep in the world, there is a cure.
That was Arbiter's chestplate. So there's Elhain. There's, or not Elhain. That's Elhain. That was Aethel the first one. There's Jizzo again. There's Gaelic. And that is... I think that's a new champion. They were talking about some new dwarf that's being added to the game. That's Kale. I have no idea who that is. I don't know the guy on the right. The guy behind, the lady behind Kale, that is... I think Arbalester. Didn't catch the other ones. So this is a whole animated series that they're adding to it, and you can see the Raid is making a huge event out of this, which is kind of cool. No idea who that is. That's Aethel again, Gaelic again. It's your starter champions. Kale just went by. There's Elhain, and no idea. That's that dwarf guy, Jizzo, and this is Allure. Allure is like amazing. Allure is a epic champion. She puts people's turn meters down when she critical hits them. So like she's a fantastic control champion. Not that bad on the eyes either. One of the characters looked like Kale. Mystic Hand. I'm sure that sounds about right. See Red, and good to see you. And yeah, they've got a lot of cool characters. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to make this something truly special. You know. Let's get back into the game for a second. One of the things that I'm gonna do as well, I need to get my energy used up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run another one of these. And while that's going on, I want to highlight, this is something that you can do, right? You can start a battle, and then you can say, go load up a video and watch another video.
Greatest champions unleash powerful new abilities. These are warriors, not toys. Heroes that look like heroes. Prove you're the greatest warrior in Teleria. Raid Shadow Legends. Download now and play for free. Level up your champions. Claim the greatest champion.
I'll tell you, They have some of the funniest. They have some of the funniest advertisements. I've selected a few of them for you guys. It's supposed to be throughout the stream, but you know how it happens. You get distracted and start focusing on other things, and you know, there's a lot to look at, a lot to do in Raid. All right, let's go ahead and drop the video. You can see my champs are still doing the thing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing while I'm playing World of Warships. While I'm in between matches in King of the Sea, I'm just kicking off the match or the battle, and then I'm just looking at something else. And that's one of the cool things about the game is you can be very focused on the game. You can pick apart everything. You can have it do everything you want, or you can let it go on itself, and then, you know, basically what you're doing is you're grinding stuff. You're looking for artifacts. You're looking to level up your peoples. You're looking for special stuff, you know? So you can see the link right there. You can download it yourself. Just get through the tutorial is all that you need to do to support me. It takes you a very little amount of time. And it means a lot if you'll do it, because with me doing Raid by with me doing streaming, I should say, full time now, it's sponsored streams like this help me to make the argument to my wife that what I am doing is meaningful. What I'm doing is bringing enough to the family to where I don't need to go and find something else job related. I can just be here with all of you guys. Sorry, Zath, you're already stuck in from the first time you did Raid. And see, Red? Cheers. You and I both, my dude. So yeah, if you guys are willing to help, it really does make a difference. It does. SAT says level 60 versus level 350 seems a bit unfair. Well, what they have done is instead of putting specific artifacts and sets on all of these enemies, instead what they do is they just jack up their level, and by jacking up their level, all of their stats, their base stats increase. Their hit points, defense, attack, you know, all of those, and I think speed as well, increase. As well as accuracy and resistance. So that's why you see level 350. They could easily have just made it a level 60 champ like ours, because 60 is the limit, 60 is the height. They could have easily done that and then made it so that, you know, they had certain artifact sets, but I think that would make the game much more difficult. Raid, at the end of the day, is a PvE, player versus environment kind of game. You will lose battles, but the whole point of this is that as you play it, as you grind up, you achieve new parts of the game. And it's so fun. That's right, there's all the other things you can do. Now, see, Red, I already went through Ascension at the start of the stream. And I think it might be time to look into Wingsham Shard opening. What do you guys think? You want to see me open some shards and see if I can get anybody good? I'm still above. I'd like to do this again. There's something else that Raid has done, which is really nice, is they've allowed super raids. So normally it's a 20 energy cost, but they enable super raids. That means you do the one battle and you get double the rewards. So at a certain point, you're just kind of grinding. Am I going to do any soul stones? I did one already, and I didn't get the best. But I think I'm going to go open some shards up, because I got to get the... I got to get my champion fragments from the Summon Rush event, right? And I need to get the one, and then I'm probably going to put myself in a position to almost grab the second. So that I can grab it naturally, you know, over the course of the next few days. Try to, at least. We'll see if I can make that work. I'm going to tab out of the game for just a second. I need to double check. There's a few things, of course, that I need to make sure that I talk to you guys about. right? And I want to make sure I hit those things. All right. Take a look. So, again, I think the big reason why we're seeing them put so much effort into the lore is because all of this is happening in what they call Teleria. And, you know, that's like the mythic land. But nobody really knows much about Teleria. We don't know where the dungeons mix in. The campaign takes you to different places, and they speak of going to towns and stuff like that, and going into the sewers, and finally ending up, you know, facing all the demon spawn in level 12. But you don't really understand what it's for and why and stuff like that. So, I want to also highlight, if you download the game and get through it, there's a special QR code. When you click that link, you can use that QR code on a phone. You can download. It's an augmented reality thing. This is for new players only, and you have the ability to win some really good stuff. It's their Egg Hunt event. Now, this ends tomorrow, 13th of May. So you definitely want to get in on this if you can. All right, I talked about the Sylvan Watchers. We talked a little bit about the various appearance of some of these different champions. All right, I got to show you some raid promos. We looked at one in a minute. Was that US only, though? I am not sure, C-Red. I'm just looking at the brief that I have in front of me. And I don't quite know. Oh, whoa. Okay, I gotta talk about this when this battle's over. Let's get back into it. Let's get this done. And let's talk. Got about 45 minutes left, I believe, in our sponsored portion of our stream. Oh, go get you some wine. Sounds like a great idea, C-Red. Now, one thing that people will do too is speed run these kinds of levels. They will set up champions, build champions, so they get through the level as quickly as possible. Because the idea here is it's a grind. The idea is you're trying to get more and more and more stuff, right? Artifacts, better quality artifacts that you roll up and that get you stuff. Help your champions build certain aspects of their characteristics. So, for example, I got a legendary accuracy boot that I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell it because there's no speed in the substat, and the main stat is attack percent, which is okay, but there are two flat stats here that suck, and that's the HP and attack. Usually you want percentages, or if you're going to get flat, like accuracy or resistance, flat is fine, or speed is good. But otherwise you want percentages. No speed in this one, going to sell that too. What's up, Big O? Yes, we are doing raid, sir. If you want to help me out, here, click that link. Like, seriously, it will help me out. Click that link, install the game, get through the tutorial. Alright, so what I want to talk to you guys about. If you do this, you get a couple of goodies. And then you're at work. Oh, I'm glad you're back to employment. That's awesome. First of all, there's a promo code, Firestarter. You get that by going to promo codes here on the left and then entering in Firestarter. Now, this is only good for new accounts. So I'm going to enter it and it's going to say it's only valid for new players. But that gives you a couple of things that that most others don't get. One thing that it gives you, actually, I'm just going to go into the index and show you. It's going to give you, is it here? I'll know her face, his face when I see it. Lightsworn. This you get automatically. Lightsworn is a really nice champion to start the game off with. Lightsworn has 3 different skills. It's a decreased target meter. It's going to be a decrease attack and decrease speed debuffs, and then finally increase defense and revive on death. This is a great champion to start playing raid with. You'll want to build her up. You'll want to use, or him. I always called it a her because of all, I thought this was hair, but it's actually ribbons. But in any case, Lightsworn's a really good champion to start with. So you get that automatically from clicking my link in chat, okay? And then if you enter in code Firestarter, you also get some goodies like some silver and stuff. If you enter in code Firestarter, you will get an orc. This was one of my first epic champions. This is Ultimate Gaelic. Honestly, guys, he's not that ultimate. He's okay. He's got this ability to fully heal himself whenever he gets a stun placed from an enemy champion. So that's nice. And it also removes the stun. It can come in handy. The big thing about him is he will put HP burns on people, but he needs to have increased attack on him first. So you really have to kind of work through it. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you've got somebody on your team that will buff his attack, will give him increased attack. He will give himself increased attack here with his A2. So you have to, he uses a second attack before he uses third. There's a combo action there that you got to do. And then his first attack here, he will place an HP burn on target if he's under an increased attack. So again, two attacks that will place HP burns. And HP burn is a fantastic debuff. So you get those two champions, and then I just saw this. If you get to level 15, and guys, level 15, you get there pretty dang fast because you level up really quick. You get some more silver, you get some energy, you get XP boosting and an ancient shard, which could give you a rare, epic, or legendary champion. But you also get Vergis. Guys, Vergis is a fantastic champion. He is, I believe, a high elf. There he is. There's Vergis. First of all, I mean, fun appearance. He's a defense-based champion, which means you build up his defense. He's really only got two things going for him. He's got a passive that puts a shield buff on him equal to 10% of his max XP for 2 turns whenever he loses 10% or more of his max HP from a single hit. If he gets whacked, he puts a shield on himself. That's his passive. And then he puts a 15% continuous heal buff on him for 2 turns if his HP drops below 50%. So he heals himself up, he puts shields on himself, he heals himself up, shields on himself. You get the idea. He's a very tough champion to kill. And then when you increase his skills, you increase those skills in the tavern. Those cooldowns go from 3 turns to 1 turn cooldown. Every time he gets whacked, he puts a shield up. Every time he drops below 50%, he puts a heal up. I mean, he's a fantastic champion. He's got an aura that means if he's in the lead of the team in a dungeon, everybody gets extra defense by 33%, which is huge. He puts a continuous heal buff out on himself, if I remember right. A 30% increased speed buff, and this is on a target ally, and a reflect damage. So he picks somebody to buff, and then he puts this ally protection on all allies, and then he puts an increased defense on himself. Ally protect means that he will take 50% of the damage that's meant for anybody else on the team. So he just absorbs it. But the nice thing about it is he puts a 60% increased defense on himself, which means he mitigates 60% more of that damage coming in. Fantastic. Second win and a third win, a fourth win, and damn, this guy's annoying in the arena. Yes, he is very much annoying in the arena. And his number 1 attack is regular when he attacks an enemy, and he can place a reflect damage debuff on a random, or buff on a random ally. So if the ally takes damage, that 30% of that goes right back to the person that did the damage. So that's fantastic. If you're looking to get into this game, you're going to end up with one good starting champion, right? Pick Kale, that gets you 2 good starting champions. Ultimate Gaelic is okay-ish. He's very squishy. He dies pretty easy, not gonna lie. But then you keep going long enough, and then you'll pick up Vergis, and then Vergis will basically make it impossible for you to take damage. I just got to a new tier in my dragon tournament. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get these fragments. This is a new event that's going on right now. Again, this is a way I can get a free champion. And so what I do, I'm going to do my summon rush now. I'm going to go ahead and and open up some shards. I'm going to let my friends know. I'm going to let my friends know that I'm doing a shard pull if they want to watch me do it on my stream. Sorry guys, I've been talking so much, I'm getting a little bit of a sore throat. So, I need to summon my way to glory, and I want to get these 15 champion fragments. I could probably do the fusion without them, but I always like going for them early just to make sure. You need 100 fragments in order to fuse a character, a champion. So, 5 here. You saw in the Dragon Tournament, there's 5 additional. I'm going to go all the way up to 15 here. Now, to get that, I need 3,500 points in Summon Rush. To get points, I need to spend shards. I need to use shards to get there. Okay? To get to 3,500, that would be 7 Sacred Shards at 500 each. You get an idea of how valuable Sacred Shards are. There's Void Shards I can spend, there's Ancient Shards, and Mystery Shards. Dirty Water helps a sore throat, absolutely. Now, if I wanted to with Mystery Shards, I could do 3,500 champions. Mystery Shards. That's a lot. Do I even have that? I do. So I could do that. But y'all aren't here to watch me do that. Y'all are here to watch me pull the big stuff, right? And see if we can get something special. Now there is, I believe, a targeted summon boost. Yes, so these champions down here, you have an extra chance of getting them. Frankly, most of these kind of suck, unfortunately. Anax, Steel Skull, and Venom Mage, I have all of them already, so if I get them, they're probably just going to be food at this point. But that's fine. Yeah, exactly, C-Red. You have to do something with those 3,500 heroes, which basically means you just got to eat them off and feed them off, and it's just a lot of clicking. I could do it, but guys, we're talking about hours of clicking, clicking, clicking. Over here now, for legendaries, Bad Alcazar would be a great legendary champion to grab. Calvalax would be great too. And Dracomorph would be awesome too. So they all have really good skills. Calvalax is fantastic. Bad Alcazar is fantastic. These I can pull with my Sacreds. Now, there's a couple of Voids that are up here. There's a Rogrim who used to be overpowered, and then Plarium nerfed him to heck, unfortunately. One nice thing about Plarium is that they rarely ever nerf champions. And then Chogger is the legendary. I don't really care about that. So I need to pull, like I said, I need to pull 7 to get to 3,500. I'm going to pull 6 so that over the course of the next couple days, I'll pull a few more champions and see what happens. Let's see if we can get lucky, guys. What are we starting with? An epic right away. And I got Umetogi. Now, I think she's new for my account. I have no idea about her. She puts a veil and a speed buff on herself and speeds herself up. I can ascend her. And what do I get from that? When she's attacked, it completely blocks one of those hits, decreasing the incoming damage to 0, and then counterattacks with her A1. When attacked by a boss, decrease incoming damage by 50% instead before counterattack. Oh my god, this would be great in Faction Wars, but this would be great overall. Huh. Why am I not seeing her in Arena? She's got a crit rate for allies. We don't care about that so much. Like I said, she puts a veil and speed on herself. She attacks an enemy. Each hit will ignore 20% of target's defense. Has additional 20% chance of inflicting a critical hit if under a veil or perfect veil. So she puts herself under a veil. You need to build her instead of 15% crit, or instead of 100% crit rate, you build her to 80% because of the veil bonus. And then same thing here. Attacks an enemy 2 times, 20% chance of inflicting critical hit. Okay. Very nice. I like this. Alright. And then you can see there's a lore page. Now, they've started adding this. So, champions will get lore built into the game, which is kind of neat to see. Yeah, playing will buff champions. They won't really nerf OP ones. First Eye and Ironhide. One of the two bears. I have them. Nothing too special with them. Here comes pull number 3 of 6. Halfway through. Brask. Brask is one of those champions I built, and I'm happy I did. But I don't know really what I got out of it. Wine Limit, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Let's move on to pull number 4. Come on, let's see some gold. Nope. Another epic. Another Gorgorab. It took me forever to get Gorgorab. Once I got Gorgorab, I finally finished Faction Wars. Undead Hordes was my last faction. Oh my god, it was tough. The biggest thing about him is he will revive any dead allies with 25 hit points. He's an AoE revive. He just holds out. If you watch Game of Thrones, he's like the king. I'm just drawing a blank now. The Frozen King, Ice King, whatever his name was. He does his jazz hands and everybody comes up. This fellow is super annoying. Yes. All right. I think we have one more to go. Another epic. Terracotta. Now, this is somebody else that I have already. Yeah, I have her already in Demon Spawn. She puts a hex on. She's okay. You can see also, you can go to ratings and see what people think of champions and where they're useful and stuff like that. Let's see, did I open enough? That's always the hard part, is then you have to go back and say, did I open enough? Did I do enough? I got enough to get to that one. You can see I'm at 2,500, so I need to open one more. Sneaky Tree, thanks for the follow. How are the polls going? Well, not the greatest. I haven't gotten too much out of this. I got one more to pull. Now that you're here, let's hope it's a legendary. Nope, it's another epic. And it's another rock breaker. He was useful for Faction Wars. But at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, put him in as a food champion. So, what do we get out of that? Just a whole bunch of stuff and things, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and collect the things that are not energy related. Energy I like to collect only when I know I need to use it. Oh, we got ourselves a soul stone, so let's go ahead and pull that and see what we get from that. And it's a rare soul stone for Life Taker. Huh. Life Taker is a champion I have, but I actually don't use her. I don't use her in Faction Wars anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and sell her off. We're going to sell her soul. Get ourselves some soul coinage. You have 12k energy soul stored? Oh my goodness. I don't do that. I always do my best to use my energy and just keep it below 130, because then it is continuing to grow. It's continuing to come back. Even to the point where I will let my laptop stay running, which is kind of hilarious. All right. You said 12k, 120. Oh my god, 128k. Damn, dude, you gotta like get in and play the game or something. Now, another thing you want to do when you get a chance is get into clan. Snake over there, Sneaky, is one of, I believe, one of our clan mates, and we can see that with the members tab here. I can check in. There he is, Sneaky Tree. Some of the others have been known to come and hang out over here as well. When you join into a clan, you get clan quests, and you get access to the clan shop where you can go and buy stuff, which is really nice. It comes in handy, gives you things to do, things that you can use. So that comes in quite well, quite handy. There's the link in chat, guys. Go ahead and take a look at the game yourself. Download it. We're at 10 out of 75. I'd love to get that number up just a tad. Click that link, get through the tutorial. It does not take much to do. You don't play enough to spend energy you get from the daily mission. Gotcha. Now there are playtime rewards. You just log in and you get rewarded up to 1 hour of being logged into the game. So that's something else that's kind of cool about it. You can just kind of sit there and accumulate stuff like what C-Red is talking about. He logs in, he gets the stuff, he just stores it and waits. A lot of players will do that when there's a big event going on. That's when they come in and they just dump all their energy into various dungeons, whatever they need to do. There's other things that have been added to the game. There's the Forge, where you can literally you collect all kinds of different items throughout the different parts of the game. And then you can create artifacts that have various innate abilities. I am max on artifacts, so I'm not going to do that for you guys today. But that's a great way It's one thing I like about the game is a lot of those artifact sets are really good sets. They will get you a lot of good things. And most of the time you get it through the Doom Tower. Now, the Doom Tower is something that was added to the game, and I quit when the Doom Tower was added because I was overwhelmed. There was just too much to do. But now that I've come back, I'm having a lot of fun doing the Doom Tower. You ascend, and as you ascend, you get all these different prizes, rewards. It is ominous, Stalwart, because you are not supposed to finish the Doom Tower unless you're at a certain point in your account progression. Most players will finish Doom Tower hard with relative ease. Once you've played the game for I'd say about 6 months, you should be able to finish the Doom Tower. There's 3 different rotations though, and each one's a little difficult. There are different bosses in the Doom Tower. This one I'm farming because of the drop that it gives for artifacts. But as you can see, there are different bosses that you fight against. You start all the way on the bottom and you work your way up. I've got a YouTube video how to defeat the Doom Tower with 4 free champions and 1 rare champion. I will say that again. You can defeat the Doom Tower with 4 free champions that you earn from the game and 1 rare champion that's pretty easy to get. Oh my god, C-Red, you're missing out. Check out my YouTube channel there if you want to see that. For those of you guys that are planning on continuing off. In the Doom Tower, there's reasons to play the Doom Tower, C-Red, and others. One is when you defeat the bosses, you get stuff. I'm not going to play this one just yet, but when you defeat the bosses, you get stuff. Go back to the Forge. What do you get? You get stuff that you can use to forge artifacts. So I've been defeating this Falcon dude, and that gives me these feathers, right? And you use these feathers to then craft artifacts. I can craft 163 of these artifacts. A lot of these I'll sell, but a few of them I'll keep. Why? The wearer absorbs 10% of all damage to ally champions. Remember I talked about ally protection before? This is a built-in ally protection. 10% damage sucked in. And then it heals by 10% every turn. So you put this on a champion that is basically just high HP. You will soak in the damage. You will heal and just keep going. This is one of the best artifact sets in the game, and you can get it for free. You just have to invest the time. And that's the important part about this game. That's why when I play, I don't ignore parts, which unfortunately means I have to spend a lot of time playing this game. There are times where I've got the laptop in front of me playing, like while I'm streaming, or I'm sitting at dinner. Yes, my wife is cool with me sitting at dinner and letting Raid play out, because I just start the game and I go back to eating and talking with her. We're not, I'm not like sitting here clicking and doing all this stuff manually. So there are some really good artifact sets. They get, yes, exactly, Sneaky. Yes, you get books, you get shards, you get energy, you get all kinds of good stuff from grinding your way up that. Now, the other thing too, I want to highlight with Doom Tower. Actually, maybe it's better off to go back to my my index. The other thing I want to highlight with the Doom Tower is there are some really good... No, I'm going to go to champions. There are some really good champions that you will get from the Doom Tower. Again, free champions. Free champions. This one, for example, is crazy. I can't wait to see him. Against the Scarab King, which we just passed. That was the last rotation. But I've got him built in a regeneration set, so he will heal 15% HP every turn. And in Immortal set, he heals an additional 3% HP every turn. And he is a very difficult champion to kill. So you get him, again, for free by working up the Doom Tower. There's some epics that are really good too, like Dark Kale. I have a full set for Dark Kale. Sneaky, you're gonna hate me for this. I don't even have him booked, because I just don't know what to put on him yet, and I have not had the time to build him up. But you know, I've got him, and he's all set, right? Sneaky, you spend money in this game. Actually, I want to talk to you in a few minutes about spending. But anyways, so he's a fantastic. You can solo dungeons like Dragon. I was just showing you Dragon. Standard mode, you can solo with him. This guy, Akoth the Seared, you get for free as well. He is good, yeah. Well, now that I got him fully blessed or whatever, I kind of feel like I need to. Ascended. But anyway, and then you've got Akoth. This guy was a core part of my 4 free champs, 1 rare build. And you get him again for free. There's a lot of champions that you get for free in this. There's other ones that I haven't even had a chance to build yet, but you get the idea. And you do that by playing the Doom Tower and beating the secret rooms. Now what I do is I actually hold off on defeating the secret rooms until I have gotten as high as I can go. And then once I've gotten as high as I can go, I will then farm the highest of the specific boss that I can beat. So remember, I wanted these Talon things or whatever, so I will farm that up there. Sinesha is awesome, yes, and I just finally built her up. Actually, no, I didn't just finally. I use her in Faction Wars. In any case, so you can see here, I have actually a few secret rooms because even I can't beat all the secret rooms. Like this one is ridiculous. Rare Spirit champions only. Okay, sure. Let's see. I've got 1 built, 2 built. Yeah, let's do that one. Oh my goodness, Layla! Layla's here. Oh my god. Layla. Thank you for the raid, Layla. Oh, this is awesome. Layla
Nation raided my stream with 60 viewers.
Oh my god, Layla, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the follows, all of you that jumping and following. We're doing a Raid Shadow Legends stream right now. It's a sponsored stream. And yes, it's a raid. Layla Fox is one of Raid's best known content creators. CCs, whatever you want to call them. Like, we call ourselves community contributors in World of Warships. She's a content creator for Raid. She does amazing YouTube videos. She's got a stream, a Twitch stream that you can come in and hang out, and she'll just play the game and talk about what's going on. But she's got a couple of aces up her sleeve that nobody else can do. Nobody else can do. One is she is a cosplayer. She will cosplay of different outfits, like she did Mithrala. She did oh god, I can't remember off the top of my head. She's done a ton of different ones. Chat, those of you that just joined in from the raid, you all know what she's done. Put it out there. What other champions did she do? Allure? I think she did Allure. But she does cosplay a lot of the female champions in this game, which is really cool. Like, nobody else does that. She also has a lore page that she puts together, where she'll go through different lore and stuff of champions, and their backstories and stuff like that. So very much worth checking her out. There's the link if you are interested at all in Raid. By all means, go click that link and follow her. So again, welcome chat. I'm Lord Zath. I'm a community contributor, which is like a content creator for World of Warships. There's a little bit about me, but we're all about positivity here. We're all about growth in the game. I've wanted to get into streaming Raid more often, but unfortunately I just haven't really had the time. Sponsored streams give me the excuse to do it, which is so fantastic. One of the other things about Layla Fox that I want to mention is she is just a very nice, wholesome person. Remember I was telling the story about TwitchCon and being able to stream Raid from the Plarium booth? Well, they have a schedule. They had a schedule of other content creators that were there. Thank you, Layla. They had that's Stevie, by the way, for all you guys that are new. And you are giving Stevie some bacon right there. He's currently sleeping right now. Hi. I'm like so like geeking out right now. So Layla was so nice. She helped me get everything set up on on OBS and whatnot with my account, with all of that, in order to like allow me to go up there. Chosen was another content creator. He was supposed to stream next, and he was like all set up already. They had his account loaded and everything, and he was like, "No, dude, go ahead. I don't care." And it was so cool. Both of the two of them. And then Deadwood Jedi was there. He was awesome. He gave me like the biggest bear hug at the end. And then there was also Darth Microtransaction, which was just a cool dude as why. He and I really clicked together. I was sad I missed Ash, but I know he couldn't make it to TwitchCon. Used to play this game, liked it, but after your computer went down for 3 months, you lost interest. Well, get back in, City Boar. Oh, it was a great time. It was absolutely a great time. I was so sad I missed you on the second day. You left early, if I remember right. You had to go. The raid community is fantastic. It's one of the other things that I want to highlight too. People meme on it because of all the advertising they do, but the people behind this the community is where it's really at. You were the TwitchCon guinea pig. You had to figure it all out. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey Layla, are you able to answer this? Are you going to TwitchCon this year at Las Vegas? Are you able to answer that? I don't know if I should ask you. I don't know if that's okay or not. But I'm going, and I hope I'll see you there. I hope I'll see a lot of the other ones. You cannot confirm nor deny. I figured as much. A lot of times people like to hold that back because they make their announcements, they do their own thing. It's all good, Layla. It's all good. I do hope that you'll be there. I do hope that I'll see you there. If you aren't, it's okay. You will be missed. But I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to hang out. I mean, guys, I hung out in the Plarium booth pretty much quite often, quite a bit. I played a little Mech Arena, but Raid was where it was at, and I just had so much fun meeting all of them. The staff, the Plarium staff that was there were fantastic as well. I mean, they were some of the nicest people out there. So that was really awesome. If you have a chance to go to TwitchCon, ladies and gentlemen, go to TwitchCon and go to the Plarium booth. It's amazing. They had bonus codes, like it was like 1 million silver or something. Oh, I was happy about that. So here's another secret room. Rare Magic Champions only. LOL. Nope, I don't have it. But we'll get there. At some point, I'll build that up. But I want to show you guys some of the normal secret rooms. Let's see. I've beaten all these already. Here's secret room 4. What's this one? Barbarians only. No problem. Ooh, I just built Yakarl, so I can see how Yakarl does. We're gonna go ahead and put her in the lead. That would be Haikatun. That's a login champ. That's a free champion that you get just by logging into the game, guys. A very early one too. And by the way, speaking of free champions, Yakarl is another free champion that you get through the clan shop. You got to be in the clan, and you just keep buying his fragments. Eventually, you get 100, and then eventually you'll pull him. So the Drakes, another, again, free champion. And then we're going to back him up with Skytouch Shaman, 30-day login champ. Thank you, James. And then finally, we're going to finish up with Turvold. Turvold was not a free champ. For me, it was a guaranteed champ. I had to pull a certain number of Void Shards to get Turvold. Chat, those of you guys that are part of Layla Fox's stream, I know most of you are huge Raid fans. I would like to know from you guys who your favorite champions are in this game. If you don't mind sharing. Your favorite champion. And you don't have to say why, but if you want to say why, that'd be fun too. Is it appearance-based? Is it what they can do? All that good stuff. Alright, now let's take a look at these different champs and what's going on. Yakarl, I'm going to slow it down to 1x speed here. Yakarl is a freeze champ. You already said, but Sinesha? Nice. I'm excited because I finally just recently pulled... I showed her off at the start of this part of the stream Skull Crown, and the two have a really nice pairing with passive. So I'm looking forward to using the two of them in faction wars. So Yakarl has this wonderful, wonderful thing that comes out there, as you can see, puts everybody in freeze. So that's kind of sexy. Torvald is like, I mean, look at his sword. He just cuts through people when he goes. He's like, slice, 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 and they die. So Torvald is fun. He's in my clan boss team. I currently do 160 odd million damage in Ultra Nightmare clan boss with an unkillable team. So there's Juggernaut, whamp, whamp, and there they go. They just gone. Haikatuna in the middle is my speed booster. She has a speed aura for everybody, and then she has Rally the Horde, puts a turn meter fill and an increased speed buff on everybody. To her left is probably the most scantily clad female champion in the game, that being Sky Touch Shaman. Now, don't let her looks deceive you. She is an amazing healer. She's an amazing healer. And then to the left of her, we already talked about her, was Sky Touch Shaman, that goes out and puts people on stun. She's got a revive and all that. Septimus was your first legendary. Wow. He's hell of a nuker. Now, you do these so that you get fragments for various champions, like Taya. Now, I don't know anything about Taya. I don't know if she's great or not. But she's a free champion that you get in the game. So why not do the Doom Tower? Why not work your way up? Why not have fun with it, you know? So now I've got 2 silver keys. Do I want to get another one? Nope, I don't. I'm going to keep them even, because now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take my 2 silver keys. I'm going to go over to hard mode, and I'm going to use my 2 remaining silver keys in a super raid here with my team for the Grythian, the Falcon Dude. My team is Drexstar Blood Twin. You've heard this a lot already. I'm going to highlight this again. Another free champion. Drex was another free champion. You get him in the Tag Team Arena shop. And very well worth picking him up. Cardiel is a legendary Void champion. Like I said before, he was a fusion for people that started the game. I got very lucky to pull him because I didn't start playing until afterwards. The guy in the middle was another free champion, which I didn't get a chance to pull because, again, that was free before I started. That is Iron Brago. And, like I said before, still a login champ, free champ, amazing champion. And then to her left is Mithrala, an even more amazing, also free champion. Your favorite is Valkyrie, best in class for a few areas and could carry through any part of the game. Took your account from mediocre to amazing. Sneaky, thank you for answering, and I can't believe you have Valkyrie. She's one of those champs that I just don't have. And at this point, it doesn't matter that I don't have her because I've beat just about every part of content that I need to, but she would still be nice to have, you know what I mean? She would still be nice to have. Alright, so here we go with our final boss. The final boss will do all kinds of crazy things. Let me slow this down for a bit. One is his passive. If he gets a turn meter reduction, he will put somebody in stun. So you can see my Still of the Drakes was put on stun. Also my Cardio put on stun from that attack. He's got this wonderful buff removal. He just removed all of my buffs and then hit me with a whole bunch of stuff. And then one of the things that he will do too is he will transfer debuffs. That I believe is his next attack. He will transfer debuffs on him onto my own team. You saw Smite come down and hit him. But this team is basically just set to just keep whacking. The thing about this guy is, as he gets more turns, he gets sky bonds, and the higher those go, the more stats he gets, to the point where he's nearly impossible to kill. There's the debuff spread, but because I had block debuffs on for all my champions, they did not take those debuffs. Hey, we're at 12 out of 75. That's so awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Once again, if you guys have the opportunity, if you haven't done so, click that link there. Create an account. It really does support me. You can use the promo code for Firestarter. You'll get Ultimate Gaelic that way. A pretty nice epic. You start with a really awesome epic as well, and then you'll get later Verges, a top tier epic, just from playing the game. All right, we're gonna speed things up just a little bit. So again, a lot of this is grinding. A lot of this is grinding stuff so that you can forge artifacts in this place. Gotta go in about 30? Yes, I want to discuss spending. Thank you, Sneaky. Matter of fact, after this is done, let's talk about that. I'm gonna hit the bathroom while this battle finishes, okay? I'll be right back. Ah, good timing. Stevie holding down the stream, damn right, Driftin'. So that's one of the cool things about the game again. You can initiate the battle, you get it started, right? Oh, sweet, we're at 13, thank you! You get it started, and then, you know, and then you move on from there, right? You can do something else. You can tab out, you can... whatever. There were times... Do you guys want to know a funny story? A funny... World of Warships related, King of the Sea related story. I'm gonna cop to this right now so you guys understand. Bogsy will absolutely confirm the story if you want. Next time you see him streaming, ask him about it. He will absolutely confirm this story. Alright. So, last King of the Sea. October-ish? I was flown down to Austin, Texas for the NA finals with Sea Raptor, right? Me, Sea Raptor, Mar Draco, Bogsy, and Sconce. We're doing that. Guys, I had my phone running raid the whole time. It was running raid. It was down like this, just so that the you know, the thing would be on darkest mode or whatever. But it was running raid the whole damn time. Bogsy couldn't believe it. He thought it was the funniest thing ever. And he still tells that story, that he can't believe I was doing that. He's like, wait a minute, you're here to play our game. Why are you playing that game? We went to a party afterwards. And T-Raptor was tired. He fell asleep on Mar Draco's hammock. My phone was playing Raid. So I grabbed, of all peoples, I grabbed Karmatika's phone because she also has a Galaxy S21 or 22 Ultra, or is it 23 Ultra? I don't know, whatever the number is. And I took pictures. I took pictures on her phone of Sea Raptor because mine was playing Raid and I didn't want to stop it. But in any case, that's what's fun about it, is you can still go about your life. You can still do things while the game is being played. There are times where you have to focus. There are times where you have to really, you know, do whatever. But, all right. Sneaky, I don't know if you have the ability to join me in Discord. Sea Raptor creating memorable moments. Absolutely. If you do, Sneaky, come on into my Discord and my voice channel. I'd love to talk with you in voice. But if you can't or don't want to, fully understood, man. You're good. You're good. All right. But I want to talk about the money side of things with this game here. Sure, okay, cool. I want to talk about the money side because, of course, this is a free-to-play game. Just like Warships, just like most other free-to-play games, there's a monetization aspect of it, right? There's different ways that Raid will monetize the game. I'm going to spend some money. And I want to talk through with Sneaky what the best types of, you know, spending is. So Sneaky has joined. Nice. Sneaky, scroll down. You'll see a general voice channel. That's where myself and SAT score are in, and we're gonna have to equalize volume levels and stuff like that. So go ahead and say hi and introduce yourself, Sneaky. Also, you're probably gonna want to mute the stream because it will get confusing going back and forth. Are you there, man? Tell you what we'll do. While we're setting this up, let's get another.
Maybe now.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry, I have push to talk on from playing World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem.
Okay,
all right.
Now maybe it'll work without the push to talk.
Nice to meet you. It's nice to hear your voice. We have talked for, God, a year now or something like that. I think.
Yeah, gotta be something like that.
At one point, when I got back into Raid, Comrade Tashkent, who's one of my viewers, that's CVT or whatever his name is in the game, CVT Thunderer.
Mm-hmm.
He got me into his clan at the time, right? And then his clan had like nobody in it, like everybody just disappeared. So I told him, I said, let's go find another clan. And he said, sure, let's do it. Because, you know, we wanted to be taking down the clan boss. There's really important reasons why you want to be in a clan. That's one. If you're playing this game and you're not in a clan, you're doing this wrong. You need to be in a clan. I already showed you guys the clan shop, the different missions and stuff like that. But the clan boss himself gets you a lot of goodies. Every day, you want to hit the clan boss, the Demon Lord clan boss. Every day, guys, if you can. At the very least, you want to hit the highest level you can, get the best chests, because each of those every day gets you stuff. Gets you really good stuff. And I have a team where I'm able to hit Ultra Nightmare. As you can see, I did 168.5 million damage, Ultra Nightmare, with my team. There's my team right there. That's Cardio, that's Demetha. It took forever before I finally got her. Seeker, Lydia, and then Turvold, Mr. Slicey Dice.
Yeah, then that's crazy.
There you are with 79 million. There's my flex over you. No, but
yeah. I mean, I know some people have like an urge to sort of push clan boss and Hydra and all of that, and I feel that clan boss is an area that's been solved, sort of. You got the Infinity Shield comp, and I of course I could push to improve my own score, but it doesn't help the clan anymore, so I'm focusing on Hydra more now. But
same here. Yeah, for me the main reason why I did that was because before I built this comp, I literally had I want to say five, it was 4 or 5 teams saved for clan boss. I had one Ultra Nightmare and one Nightmare that held like 3 of the different affinities, and then of course there's that one affinity you're weak against. So I had a different comp for that one affinity for Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. So it was just ridiculous. And what's nice about this comp is it's one size fits all. It does for any of the affinities. Doesn't matter. The other thing too is I speed run with that now. So in 15 minutes, I've got my Ultra Nightmare chest done, which is 70 million. So I can literally just go and do it. Whereas historically, I needed to do 2 runs on this of 20 odd minutes, 30 minutes in order to get my chest. So
yeah, that's the first really big milestone to be able to one key it, and then of course to do it in a good time. It's
right. Oh. For those of you guys new, I'm going to go into this screen for a sec. For those of you guys new, when we said affinities, there's a rock, paper, scissors, Lizard Spock setup here for clan boss, okay? You've got magic. Magic defeats spirit. Spirit defeats force. Force defeats magic. And so the idea is you can build something to counter something else. And that's what's kind of nice about it. And then in the middle, you've got Void. Void doesn't counter anybody specifically, but doesn't gain any special advantages either. So it's kind of a neat setup in this game. Voids you typically want more than others because you can't have weak hits, but at the same time, there are some builds that you actually want to take advantage of, say, the extra crit rate bonus over somebody that you will defeat. So, anyway, let's talk money, Sneaky. I'm gonna go to the shop, and I'm gonna get that for free. And then there's a whole bunch of different things that you can buy with money. And I'm curious, Sneaky, if you don't mind, I know you've spent in this game. What do you typically buy? Uh-oh, did we lose him?
Oh, sorry. I had my mic
no.
turned off.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I haven't spent a massive amount. I think I've spent around somewhere between $200 and $300, and I've been playing the game for over 3 years. So I feel like I've been spending more on World of Warcraft, so might as well.
Okay, not bad.
I'd say the best value in the game for me would be the Forge passes.
Really?
Because as you said, as you said, the extra gear you get, specific, like especially if it's a good set like Defiant,
Okay.
is massive. Like you get, like if you don't spend on the Forge pass, maybe you'll get I don't know. I think it's 75 of the big or the golden materials. But if you buy the Forge pass for, I think is it $25 or something like that, you get you get a lot more. And if it's a good set, it really really helps out a lot. It's basically the same as the other good Forge sets like Perception. Like the more pieces you can craft, it's easier to it's just easier to find good pieces. I was running quite a few champions in Stalwart Defiant for quite a while.
Okay. Now, the Forge Pass is not available right now. It normally shows up here. So, beyond the Forge Pass, what else do you typically put your money towards?
Yeah, so the other stuff I've bought is shards to get me over Mercy. I don't know if you've explained Mercy, but
nope.
So Mercy is basically after you pull a certain number of shards and you haven't gotten anything good, you get an additional chance to pull a legendary or an epic champion. Yeah, just like that. And for example, now in the last CVC actually, there was a 10 times for Mariska.
Yeah, you got her. I know. Hate you.
I did, and I had Taras from before. Pulled him maybe a month after they were released, and I thought, well, might as well, because I've been tracking. I'm not using any third-party apps or anything, but I've just been counting the shards myself, and I know I was about 10 away from Mercy, and I thought, for Void specifically, since there aren't that many Void champions, I thought that just getting a few Void shards to get over the line and see what you can get, and this time it paid off. And I've done similar, I think maybe 2 times before, and then I also the other big time I spent some money was on buying Void shards for Supreme Kale.
Okay, yeah. I think I did some as well, and I didn't get them. I don't have my... So I have, I use RSL... Oh, I can't because it's broken because of the patch. But I use RSL Helper, and that helps me manage, like keep an eye on things. But so Chad understands, I just pulled 6 Sacred Shards, all epics. So because that, I'm halfway into the next 2% chance. Now, by default, your chance of getting a legendary or the sacred is 6%. So 2% more, now it's an 8% chance, and then another 12 with that. Now it goes to 10%. And the point is, eventually, you're just automatically going to get it. You just don't know when. But that was the system that was added in somewhat recently. So you'll pull shards, you'll buy shards when you're close to Mercy. Got it. Okay. Anything else that you will spend on in this game?
The daily gem pack is pretty good. I think as far as I've heard, that's one of the better like sort of values you can get from the game.
Okay.
I think that generally, if I would spend, it would be for something that I would get guaranteed value from. Like the daily gem pack, I know I'll get 2,140 gems. For the
Every day
if I
you
buy
log in.
shards close to mercy, yeah, if I buy shards close to mercy, I know I'm gonna get a legendary champion, which might be the one I'm looking for. When I bought for Dark Ale, I knew I was gonna go Dark Ale, but I definitely wouldn't recommend spending for sort of gear packs or anything else like that, because it's just a complete gamble.
Yep. Yep. The gear packs he's talking about, I don't know if there are any up right now. Let's take a look here. Immortal set. Here you go. This set, for example, you would get from Clan Boss anyways. And these aren't even legendary artifacts. So what do you get out of it? These are all, like, random. You may get something good out of it. You might get the worst possible boots ever and end up selling it for silver. So, those, I agree. Those usually aren't good. Some of them, they have legendary of a certain set that maybe you really want, like a stun set. And they'll come with a few chaos ore, so you can re-roll them. Even then, I don't see a use for it, because like you said, you don't know how good these are going to be.
No, exactly. I'd say it's the same for like buying shards if you're not close to mercy, or like shards are quite expensive, so yeah, you'll if you chances are, if you're not close to mercy, or it's not like a good event or something, you'll just get some rares or maybe an epic if you're lucky. But to get the good stuff, you need to buy at the right time. If you're gonna, yeah.
So, gems, just so you guys are aware, gems you can use in the gem shop for anything. You think of it as stored energy, because you can use it for energy refills. You can use gems to buy shards. You can use them to buy ancient shards, which is something I'll probably end up starting to do at a certain point, because I have nothing else to do with my gems, and I've got a lot of them. But, you know, gems are very handy to use. You laugh because you have way more, don't you?
How many gems do you think I have?
I'm gonna go with 384,000.
18k. But I've been doing extra keys on Iron Twins since it started. So I started up at maybe 25. I think my top was 28k or something like that.
Okay.
And I usually only spend it if I have to complete a fusion or something. I've been completing the only fusion I skipped actually since I started playing was Lonathril, because I felt that he just didn't bring anything actually.
I skipped him as well.
Yeah, but I've done every other one because it's sort of a collector thing, and some of the like Mashallah, no Foley and. Yeah, some of they've been buffed.
Yep,
so you never know if a champion is gonna get buffed. So if you can get one, it's like it's not a free legendary, because you obviously have to spend time and effort, but it's as closest to a free legendary as you're gonna get in this game.
Absolutely. So here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna spend some money in this game. I'm gonna spend up to $100. Let's think about what I can spend. And Sneaky, if you can watch the stream, I'll try to flip through. You can tell me if you think these are worthy picking up. The daily in progression, I've noticed, for example, for $100, I don't think this is that worth it. I don't think there's that much you get out of, you know, these, right?
No, I mean, I know that Chosen has a I think maybe. Yeah, I know the Chosen has a calculator that shows you the value of the packs. So maybe that would be worth checking out if you're actually considering spending. But I'm not. Yeah, I mean you can see there for like one sacred for $50. It's yeah, you get some other stuff as well, but it's the sacred that's.
It's the sacred that draws you in, yeah. Right? And then you've got the starter pack, which is pretty much. I mean, you got a void for $10. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, but that's a single one, like one void shard. If you check the packs, the top one, the top category, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can see there, like one void shard, like $30. It's pretty crazy.
Yes, I would agree.
But
And
this is the
don't
sort
buy
of
silver, guys.
the yeah, no the that those are sort of the base prices.
Mm-hmm.
So you compare them to like yeah, I mean yeah, that starter pack is pretty good considering the other the alternatives.
Sure. But then there's the Sacred Daily Pack. Now this is $30 with 2 Void Shards. So if we assume that those Void Shards are worth $10, you have a Sacred Shard for $10 plus all the energy, all the gems. This is kind of sexy.
Yeah, sure.
So that's Sacred Daily. So let's take a look. Okay. Let's take a look at the limited time special offers. Now some of these they try to get you. This one is a good example of that, because what they do is they say get this offer to unlock even better offers. And then you get better offers, and then they let you see the top end. And you go, oh my god, $15 for 4 Void Shards, 1 Sacred, and 6 Ancients? You gotta be nuts. What they don't let you see is how much these offers are in between. You're already in for 25. These two are going to probably be more than 25. And then finally that. So by the time you get there, you spent $100, $200 or something. Be careful of
yeah,
those.
I think these are actually pretty like not shady, but I really think that they should show you what the middle the middle packs are gonna cost you, because like you if you're interested in the last pack, you should know how much you're gonna get in, like how much you're gonna have to spend to get it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So then we've got our progress packs here for $5 or $10. You get energy, basically. Okay, I mean, this is in World of Warships. We talk about it as it's not pay to win; it's pay to progress. This is an example of that. You're paying to get the energy that you use to progress whatever you're trying to do at that point in your account. That's okay. This might be good filler if I need something else to get to 100.
Yeah, I mean, how many is that? Like, the standard one is maybe 1.5, 2 days of free energy, and the other one's double that. So, yeah, sure. I mean, if you need to progress, the question is it better to buy that, or is it better to buy gems and buy energy with the gems?
Personally, I would go with the gems because the gems are stored energy. You can use them whenever you feel like it. I would agree with you. So that you know, daily gem pack is definitely better. Now we've got something else that they've done, which is they allow you to build your own pack. So I can pull a sacred, and then I can do a chicken. Chickens are nice because that saves you from leveling somebody up. To get to a rank 5 character, you need to have 4 rank 4s that you're going to eat, essentially. And then to get to a rank 4, you have to have 3 rank 3s you're going to eat. And to get to a 3, you have to have 2 rank 2s. You get the idea. So by the time you get to 5, that's a lot of you know, farming that you're doing, trying to put it in there. So a 5-star chicken is kind of sexy here.
I think the chickens really depend on how far you are in the game. I mean, if I had to choose one of those rewards, I would definitely go for the energy, because I have. I mean, I basically only level champions during champion training events.
Yeah, me too.
And I normally only use actual champions to do it. I kind of rarely use the chickens because I need the space to summon more champions.
Yeah, me too.
So I have 32 5-star chickens, 96 4-star chickens, and 46 3-star chickens at the moment.
Oh my god. I usually keep around, I keep enough to make 4 of those champions, so for like a regular fusion. So I'll keep like 12, 16, and then you never have to worry for a fusion about 5 stars. So 5 stars I usually keep enough for 1 or 2, so that if I need to in a pinch, especially like in a clan versus clan, I can you know, 6-star somebody pretty quick.
Yeah, that's a good feeling, like just being able to you get someone and you max them out instantly to get going.
Yep. And then finally here, 500,000 silver is nice. If you're trying to grind out your Great Hall, the classic arena refills are nice. The other two, in my opinion, aren't necessary. This, if you've got your, you know, RSL helper, it takes care of multi-battles for you, and then the XP I don't know how many days of XP bonus I have. I've got so many right now. Just by playing the game, you automatically get them, guys. So you don't need
Yeah,
to buy
after a
it.
while, it's just done permanently. I'm currently at 15 weeks and 5 days of XP boost.
Yeah.
Because I've never bought any additional of that. So that's just gonna add up.
Yeah, so
You
this
get
is
them
a
from events, you get them from all kinds of places.
So this is a sacred, this is some energy, and this is some silver for 25 bucks. It's okay deal wise. I mean, a sacred is around 20-25 by itself, so you think about it, you're getting extra stuff, but again, you're doing it for the sacred here.
Actually checked. I logged into. I went into the chosen pack calculator. I can check.
If you would,
Yeah,
that'd
so
be great.
Yeah, so according to this offer calculator, it's an sort of average.
Okay.
I don't know.
The
That's
sacred
what the website says, and
the
he's
sacred
one
daily is
sacred-
definitely better, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This one. Definitely better.
I
Okay.
can check, but I would think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 2 void shards for $5 basically.
Essentially, yes. And then you've got the monthly pack here. So this is 3 voids, 1 sacred, and 5 ancients, plus some energy, plus some gems for 30. That's better than the other one we just looked at, but not by a ton. That'd probably also be a meh.
Yeah, no, according to the website, this is actually about 50% better than the other one. So this one is pretty good.
Okay, we'll write that one down. Most of you guys know, most people that watch my channel, I don't spend money. So when I do spend money, when I am, say, hey, go ahead and spend it, I want to make sure I know what I'm spending. I want to make sure I'm getting the best bang for my buck, and I want all of you that are watching to understand, this is the best bang for your buck. So mini mix at $3 is great filler if necessary. You get a Demon Lord key if you need it. Get some energy, whatever. But most of the time you're not going to do it. We talked about the Immortal, and then we've got the Jetney Summon. Now this is $30 for Sacred, 3 Voids, and 7 Ancients. Let's go back to the monthly, 3 Void and 5 Ancients. So the Jetney Summon is better. You also get a rank 5 chicken.
Yeah, you don't get the 800 gems though.
That is true.
But yeah, I mean, if you're early game and need the chickens, if you're still progressing and leveling champions, the 5-charge chicken is it's a good investment, or it's a good sort of boost to the account for sure.
Can you tell me how Chosen's site rates this compared to the last one we looked at, the monthly pack?
Yes, I will put it in.
Thank you. I just don't have it up right now, and I know you're in a pinch, so I don't want to
Yeah, no
too
problem.
much time.
Let's see. So this. Yeah, so this is good. It's not as good as the monthly pack, but it's good. It's better
Okay.
better than the.
The build your own one that we
Yeah.
looked at.
the
Okay.
other ones. Yeah, yeah.
So if I'm spending $100, the first thing I'm going to buy is probably going to be this monthly pack or the Sacred Daily, right? If I'm spending $100, there's my first 30 that I'm going to put in. The next 30 would be the opposite of those, monthly pack or whatever. The Jetney Summon, okay, I'll grab that for 30 because each of these are individual packs. And then the final thing that I would grab for $10 would be the daily gems, right?
Yeah, that sounds like the best options you've got for, or the what was it, the starter pack is, I think I'll check the starter pack as well, but I think that one's pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look because $10 for a Void isn't too shabby.
Yeah.
Y'all are watching something extremely rare with me, where I'm actually going to spend money. And I'm excited and scared to do it at the same time, y'all. Once again, guys, there's the link to download the game yourself, try it out, go through the tutorial. It would mean a lot to me if you would take some time and give it a shot. We're at 14 out of 75, which is just fantastic. I've got a week, 7 days from today, to get to that 75. So if you've got friends you want to say, hey, go help Zath out, please send them the link. Ask them to check it out, you know. I might be sending this to some of my friends in a little bit, some of my family members even. I don't know, we'll see.
Apparently this was just average. Okay. Thought it would be. I think maybe it's because it's a lower cost. It feels better, but you don't get the stuff.
That's the hard part. And then the other thing too that Raid added for monetization is player and play points. These I like to call them PP points. You get them automatically from playing, but if you buy stuff, then you go over here to the Plarium points program. As you buy stuff, you get extra champion, this legendary who's supposedly really amazing, and you get her fragments, I guess. Ah, okay, so we're talking about a long grind before you'll ever reach her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whale champion. It's gonna take you about 10 years to get her.
Right. So I suppose I'll get some stuff from doing that. But yeah, let's go ahead and spend some money, huh? Feels so weird doing this, but I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna go with, what was it? Where was it? Was it the monthly pack? It was the monthly pack. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. It's gonna open up.
Monthly pack was the best, according to the calculator.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. You can use credit cards. You can use PayPal. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in and use PayPal for it, I suppose.
I'll put the calculator in the chat if anyone wants to use it. It's I think it's Chosen that's created it, but it's yeah.
Okay. You know what? Can you?
Good.
Here. Sneaky Tree 93. Valiant. Okay, no problem. I will refund it. Do that again now. You are now a VIP, sir.
Ah.
I know, right? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to complete my purchase. My wife is going to kill me, but that's okay. Like, what are you doing spending money in this game? So this should disappear now. Boom, it disappeared. And one thing that's nice about Raid is when you buy stuff, it's there immediately. Like, right away. Like, gimme, 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 gimme. I'm going to leave the energy for later. So that takes care of the monthly pack. Then we're going to go ahead and move into the shop, and we're going to go to... Oh, let's do the Sacred Daily. Where's that one? Oh, is that... No, that's this one. Sacred Daily. Let's go ahead and buy this one. And we're going to go ahead and go into PayPal again. You can see how buying is dangerously easy. So there we go. Sacred Daily done. And boom, just like that, now I can claim items every day. That shows up here. So that's kind of fun. That gives me an extra good feeling about logging in and stuff like that. There's the Chosen Raid calculator. Thank you. You know what, Sneaky? Can you put that in our Discord too, our clan Discord? Because I think that's something that would be nice to share with everybody so they can see it too. Perfect, thank you. While I'm here, I'm going to grab the daily gems at 10 bucks. And then that just leaves our Jethel pack or whatever. So this now is going to show up again. I click every day. Look at that, 250 gems. Boom. I just got almost 1,000 gems doing this. I feel dirty. I feel excited. And we go Jetney pack. Let's do it. We're going to pick this up. There it is. Thank you, Sneaky. And then I have the ability to pin it, so I'm going to pin it in a little bit. I'll pin it after the stream. I'm going to complete the purchase. Jetney pack is going to show up. And just like that, guys, I've spent $100, and I feel like I'm going to throw up. But I spent the money either way. Here we go. And done. Wow.
Welcome to the low spender tier.
Hey, I've gotten 2 good years of play out of these guys, so why not spend a little something, right? And now if I go here, I advance on the player. Oh, look at that! See, I got some fragments from my trouble.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
SAT, I love it. I'm never gonna financially recover from it. That was beautifully well timed, SAT. Oh my god. Well, I'll tell you, Sneaky, thank you for jumping in. If there's anything else you want to talk about, fine, but I don't want to hold you much longer here. You said you had to go soon.
I think I've got a few minutes. I don't know. Maybe you have any opinions about Live Arena, the new hot thing?
Oh, the new hot thing. So I'll tell you what. And Layla Fox rated me earlier, Sneaky. I think you saw that.
Yeah.
I had some serious fangirl moments there. But I'll tell you, I don't care about it. I mean, it's fine as it is. I would say you're in an interesting situation because you can't find anybody anymore. But
it was actually just that one time, but it was weird that yeah.
Give it
I couldn't
time.
find any opponents.
It'll populate over time, yeah. But I like it because I can do a different off meta build. As you know, I do a control comp, which is funny because people just don't know how to deal with it. And so for me, I go in and I will play my daily max. I won't refill with gems or anything. I'll just do my daily max, and I'll play it and I'll have fun. Grinding, just grinding the stuff. It's another grind. At the end of the day, it's another grind. It's something else that you play without the intention of I must win every match. It's I want to get as much stuff as I can so that I can buff various parts of the game. Like I've buffed speed, accuracy, and resistance in Hydra. That's going to make Hydra easier for me and for our clan, which is great. How do you feel about it, Sneaky?
I'm not really a PvP player. I spent the first long time of the game just doing my own stuff. But I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm somehow top 300 on the leaderboard. I really don't know how. I usually spend 10 and 20 gems for refills. I started out doing it just because I wanted to make my Fire Knight hard 10 team 100%, and I've done it now. So I'm probably gonna start spending on Hydra next.
My God,
improve the numbers a bit.
That's amazing because I remember for the longest time nobody had anything for Hydra or for hard Fire Knight. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I was actually pretty happy. I found a comp that worked before there were any comps in the artifact optimizer for the champions I had, so I was pretty happy about that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've actually found it pretty good. I'm really waiting to get into gold to get the sort of... I really think that they should have put the champion restrictions in silver. Because I think that's going to make it an entirely different game, because now people are just... currently I'm facing either people quite lower than me, which I just kill in 30 seconds because I have Tarzan Mariska, or I face players that are 200 points higher than me that kill me in 20 seconds because they have Harima and quite a few others.
Yep, and they're all plus forward.
Yes, but I did actually, I put it in the Discord, I don't know if you saw it, I actually beat Machan. I've faced YouTubers so far, Machan, Sheeny, and Mad Capper, and I lost against Sheeny, but I beat the other two. I was really happy about that.
I would be too, right? Sure. So, like, for me, I feel like Live Arena is just, like I said, it's a grind. At bronze level, you don't lose any points for a loss. And at silver, you do lose points, but you can't be dropped down to bronze. So it really doesn't matter if you lose at silver. So I just keep playing it. And I'm gonna get rid of a couple of artifacts. That one's terrible. This one, it's got a flat defense, so I'm gonna get rid of it too. But Great Halls, I'm fully maxed out on my regular Great Hall. I'm sure you are as well, and it's a good feeling seeing all the gold. And then over here, so what you do with Live Arena, guys, is you spend, you build up a key area that you're focusing on. Now, it could be a dungeon, it could be a Demon Lord, it could be Hydra. For me, it's going to be Hydra because that's the ultimate top tier content at this point. Everything else is I can beat or I don't, like Fire Knight I think is going to be my hardest hard mode dungeon to beat. I don't necessarily care. Same thing with Ice Golem. I'm probably just going to go to level 20 of normal for those, and I'm not going to care about them. So, if I don't get the mythical artifacts, oh boo-hoo. I'm not worried right now. Hydra for me is more important. So, I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I'm going to upgrade my speed in Hydra, so now I'm faster. And what do I want to upgrade next? Let's go ahead and do resistance and accuracy. Oh, I don't have enough for resistance. Do I have enough accuracy? I do not. So I'll hold and I'll wait until I can do that next.
Yeah, because I feel that really the next big step for our clan really needs to be downing Brutal so we can start working on Nightmare.
I agree.
Because I know that, yeah, I don't know if everyone in our clan hits Hydra regularly or is working towards the Hydra team, but I know we're a few people with that puts up some really good keys. So I think in a couple of weeks maybe we should try it.
I mean, so what we're talking about, guys, is we're talking about Hydra clan boss here. And I mean, Brutal is very difficult to beat. It's where we're kind of stuck at right now. Sneaky managed a 100 million damage, essentially taking out 10%.
Unfortunately, that was... Oh, yeah, I didn't save that key, but yeah, my new team did do 100 million on Brutal, yeah.
Right, so 1/5 of Brutal, he did himself. And my goal is to get up there too. My goal is to also work on getting, if I can get 100 million with Brutal as well, then I think the rest of us can make it happen. You're right, not everybody in our clan is using their keys, which is a bit of frustration, but at the same time, it's like, why wouldn't you want free stuff? You just have to just let it go. So, my focus for a while was on building a team at hard that would get me my chest, but then now you can see it's going past that. Be down hard every week. Normal is easy. Last week I actually one-shotted normal, which was hilarious. Like, I did over 100. I just set it up with these champions and walked away. It came back and I'm like, they're still going? What? So it was ridiculous what I was able to accomplish. But I don't want to be doing normal anymore if I can help it, right? I want to be doing Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard. So
yeah.
That's the next step for us in our clan. I agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for letting me on the stream. I'm gonna go to bed now.
Hey, thank you for staying up and joining, for talking through spending. I think that was really helpful, because there's a lot of people that jump into this game and they like the game and they want to spend, but they don't know what to spend on, right? So, like, to talk about the value of things, I think it's really important. You don't want to spend stuff on things that are crap,
Yeah, no, exactly. I did actually, I did that mistake in the beginning. I think the first thing I spent on quite early in the game was I actually bought one of the set packs because I was early in the game. I did bad gear, and I bought it, and it was all trash.
Right.
So my advice would be only spend if you know that you're gonna get something useful, like gems or shards either for guaranteed or for fusions or for something like that, when you know you're gonna get something.
Completely agreed. Well, thank you again, Sneaky. It was awesome having you on board. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good night.
You too.